Servus Männer, it's Red Pill Germany again. Have you gotten your diversity jab already? Yeah, because in Germany we know that this is not just any jab. This is not just any panacea against a very, very dangerous disease, a very dangerous pandemic. No, this is, how should I say that? This is manifest diversity. This is the essence, the elixir of diversity in practice. Yeah? Because you see, this concoction, this pharmaceutical product that is so new that it's not even tested properly yet, yeah, this has not been made by a German. No, it has been made by an Anatolian immigrant, someone from Asia Minor, with his wife, who is also from that area. Yeah, he came as a little boy to Germany, and now Angela Merkel herself, the great, glorious leader, she is celebrating this as a testimony, as a proof that diversity and multiculturalism are the superior model, are the superior state of living or way to organize a society. She said that people from over 60 or around 60 nationalities were working on this, which is usual in a large global corporation like this one and their American partners, of course. Um, but this is used now as that, and I wonder if the story mysteriously changes and is actually rewritten. The stories that are now being published, I wonder if they get rewritten in 3 months when we see that this stuff actually is not working properly, or if it's really turns out to have been really dangerous and not a good idea at all. Maybe they rewrite these stories. There is a little book I'm reading right now, 1984. They were also constantly rewriting the news. If something turned out to be differently than predicted by the leader or something, there was a whole department of people in that book that was just busy with changing words and paragraphs and changing photos and rewriting old news stories. Yeah. Old newspapers were constantly being rewritten. And I wonder if they're doing this too. Maybe I should archive a thing or two. Well, be that as it may. So now they're saying that this is a true success story. I mean, this guy, he came as a little kid, and he was really good in math and chemistry, and I'm sure he's a very gifted researcher, and he is working very hard. I'm not doubting that, but I see this once again, from a little bit of different perspective, and I want to illustrate that in the coming minutes now. I have quit science for exactly that reason. Not that, but a similar reason. Well, the most important reason is there are a lot of lies in science. And I will make a dedicated video or a series maybe in the future. I don't know. I'm not really clear on that yet, but there are a lot of lies because there is a lot of money involved. And the money these days is coming almost exclusively, at least in Germany, from the state. And I can still remember when the department head used to say, "Oh, you know what you have to say tomorrow when the lady from the ministry is coming for a visit, right?" So everybody was briefed, posters were being made and presentations were polished and the narrative had to be correct. Yes, there are narratives in science, of course. It's not just stone cold, sober facts. No, it's narratives. And there is a lot of money. And as a scientist, you want a lot of money. You need funding, you need grants. And in order to get that, of course, they twist the facts a little bit. Of course, they interpret their data a little bit like this, a little bit like that. And it's a very, very dirty game. And I didn't want to take part in that. I think the industry, with all their scandals that they might have, is more honest because in the end you need to sell a product, and if the customer is satisfied and the product over the years is proving to be a good product, then the customer will praise you and return again and buy more and so on. So there is a test in reality. Your product, your work needs to withstand the test of real life. And in academia, that is not the case. And now with this concoction, we will see if what they made is actually a good product or not. And I'm not convinced, many doctors and many nurses in Germany are also not convinced, as I reported. And I found out this is not just Germany, this is in many countries. In America, in many other countries, I heard similar stories. Medical experts are refusing, they're on top of the priority list, but they're refusing. No, we don't want to be treated like cattle, like guinea pigs, like little mice in their cages in those pharmaceutical uh, companies' laboratories, these testing facilities where they do animal testing. Well, we have gone from, that it's interesting how, in the last decade or, in the last years, people have become used to being beta testers when there is new software, right? Or when a new gadget of these tech companies is released. If you're an early adopter, you're kind of used to the fact right now. Nobody is seriously complaining about that anymore, that they're basically beta testers. Yeah. But that has been, the realm of software and tech gadgets. So nothing that your health or your life would depend on normally. But now they've taken a step further. Now you're a beta tester for medicine or for these medical life science products, pharmaceutical products. Yeah, and that is something that most people, are not really aware of in the first place. And if they were aware of that fact, they would not be okay with that. So this is where we are right now. So the mask has completely slipped and fallen now. We know now what they think about us. We're just animals to them, livestock, cattle. Yeah, and this is what the multicultural society is like. Like this guy, I'm sure he's a very nice guy and he's very gifted and he worked very hard and he's worth 5 billion euros or dollars. I don't know. He's one of the richest people in Germany right now. Yeah. Which just means, if you're clever, you can make it. Congratulations. But it also means that these people have no regard for the nation, for the people, for the well being. And you might say, well, but he tries to help. But is he really? I mean, normally it takes 15 or 10 years to develop and test such a product. And they're just throwing it on the market. They don't know what this does. I mean, he himself, he doesn't know if it is causing harm or if it is helping people. I'm sure he doesn't know. I mean, he might know, but if he knows, he only knows that it is going to cause harm. He cannot possibly know if it is actually, um, bottom line, having a net positive effect on the patients, on society. He cannot possibly know that. So this guy only tries to get rich. This guy is a very gifted person, no doubt. And he is doing what everybody is doing in a multicultural society. They're fighting against everybody else. They're competing with everybody else. They're trying to make a buck and they do not care what happens to society. And if they care, they only care for their particular little peer group, for their, yeah, ethnic group or for their cultural tribe or something like that. But the average person in Germany doesn't belong to his tribe. He belongs to a different tribe. So he doesn't care about them. Not in the least. Yeah? And this is what multiculturalism leads to, or what it is in essence. It is constant war um, in society. There is no harmony, there is no peace, there is no common goal, there is no common narrative, there is no common history. There is a struggle of particular groups and of individuals constantly, 24/7, 365 days a year. Struggle, and animosity all the time. And the pressure has to get higher and higher and higher for the people on the top to make ever more money off of this hamster wheel of insanity. Yeah, this is what multiculturalism is. So I would say, yes, Angela Merkel is actually correct in this when she says that this is a testimony, this is a proof, or this is reflective of what multicultural societies are. Yeah, they are horrible. They are, I wouldn't say evil, a system cannot, well, the people who conceived it and who willingly and deliberately changed it from a national system from from a society, from a country that was more or less homogeneous, that was, in order, where things were in order, to this, yeah, horrible, horrible inferno, I would almost say, where people are just, at each other's throat, and they're competing with each other all the time, constantly. There's nothing wrong with competition, sure, but this kind of competition that knows no boundaries and that knows no morals and no rules, and where it's only, if you can do it, do it. And if, people suffer, who cares? Because they're not our people. Yeah, and this all happens in the same territory, and this is of course horrible, and this won't go well for a long time, that is for sure. And yeah, once again, I have to say, congratulations, Angela Merkel. You are correct. You are very correct. This is exactly how multiculturalism looks like: getting rich fast and using other human beings as guinea pigs, as objects, as treating them like animals. And there doesn't even have to be disdain or hatred for those people. It's just that they see us as things. They don't maybe they don't necessarily hate us or want us gone or something. We're just convenient raw materials, or yeah, human resources. This is how they call it, actually. Yeah, human resources. Yeah, things, objects like oil, like coal, like things you can store, things you can distribute, things you can put to productive use to make money off of. Yeah, that is what we are reduced to in the multicultural society that Germany now is. So yeah, congratulations. You summed it up very well. And of course, I will save a couple of articles and let's see if they rewrite it in 3 or 4 months. I will, of course, keep you posted. And I want to thank at this point all my supporters and my subscribers. If you want to support my channel, look at the links in the description down below. And please follow me on other social media platforms also. I've been on BitChute already for a long time, over 2 years, and since recently I'm also on Odyssey. I like this platform actually very much. Check it out if you haven't done so yet, and follow me there, of course. The link is also down below. Catch you guys again later. Servus, Kameraden.